Radio. Spark FM.
Ooh, Juvie, go crazy. Express, the movement.
Play with you. You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning. Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Stone here.
Start like this.
Don't trip.
There's too much energy exerting in the morning, Tristan. Oh no.
Ready time.
Oh. Good morning. Ooh.
This is what I'm on this morning. I
Yes, this is nice. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We are here. We are live in the building. If you don't know, now you know. It is Saucy and Friends in the morning. Due to the inclement weather that we received yesterday, we did proceed with precaution and decided to, stay within the safety and the confines of our homes in order to not, risk severe injury by going out into the blizzard. To the blizzard in which we received yesterday.
Not the blizzard.
Just the blizzard. It was the nor'easter.
It was so bad.
It was so terrible. Did you look outside? Can you even see outside?
I couldn't even look outside because
The amount of times I looked outside.
I know, because I was like, when they gonna call school back on?
Put it back on. Hello? Reverse the curse.
Hello.
Why are you doing this?
Something has to happen.
I mean. So, we, a tad bit disappointado.
But you was
Porque.
right. You called it.
Yes, I said that. I said it because this is what happens. We get all excitable. They say all of the things. We cancel school 4 days in advance. And, it comes to the time and we're all like, I got up in the morning and I didn't even want to look outside because I was like, nah. It was like 4 o'clock. I was like, nah, I'm not going to look outside. And then I went to the bathroom and I was like, let me give a little peep. And I said, hold on. Yeah. And then I said, boy, I tell you, this is what I said. I was flabbergasted and bemused.
Perturbed
Yes.
and conjunctified because I was like, where the snow at? Not even one snow?
Not even a little rain snow? Not
a little mistling?
Mistling. It was dry. There was nothing happening. It was nothing.
And then, there was all kind of snow emergency parking ban. My poor car was sitting outside with its arms up like this, waiting for something to fall upon it.
Like
Lord.
me on Valentine's Day. That's how I be.
Crazy.
Please. Give me a little hug. Today is Valentine's Day. Me and my sister, not Tristan. Tristan clearly doesn't love love. We are. It's black coal. It is a happy Valentine's Day to all of those people out there that celebrate it. Bah humbug.
Oh, you guys, don't be that way.
It's the day of love.
It is. It's such a lovely day.
Lovers and friends and lovers.
Again.
How could you be my best
I
friend?
should come watch. Let me find a nice R&B.
You don't want to try it? No.
That's not the word? You don't know the words of the song.
Nah, it's not.
You don't know the words of the song, and until you learn the words of the song, then don't say nothing.
Child, leave me. You don't know the words. You don't know the things.
Whatever.
But anyhow.
If you guys are celebrating today, tell us what you're doing. Where are you going? I'm going to ask throughout the show because I want to hear some good things. I want to hear what Jess and Chris have cooked up for today.
Oh,
because these two lovers. I don't know no other lovers that love her more than Jess and Chris. Them two right there is lovers.
Damn, that's some old agape, what they got going on. That is different than anything.
She said, Tony, she has her kicks on. Oh, yeah, you guys did get the same
I've
sneakers.
got new Valentine's
Let's
kicks
see.
this year.
Okay, sneakers and dress. Where the hell? First of all, where the hell are you going?
I'm not going anywhere.
Oh.
I'm going to take myself to lunch today.
Oh, because I don't eat?
Huh?
Because I don't eat.
Oh, I didn't know if you had things to do.
Are you effing kidding me?
Okay, well, I guess we going to lunch today.
Hell.
And I'm just going to enjoy the day. It's a lovely day. I love love. Love is in the air. Love it up.
And
Spread love.
everyone's going to be mad decorated. We can
It
do
is.
Galentine's. I wore red and black today, too.
I got red underwear on. Good.
Yes,
And it's Polo Ralph Lauren. That's right. I just figured, you throw a big net, see if you catch something. Hey, whatever. I'm outside.
It's good. People like twins. So when you go outside, we might find a pair of boyfriends.
Ooh, that would be nice.
Yeah, see, this is what you got
I
to do.
don't really want a boyfriend per se, though. I could just do with a good companion.
A dog.
What? What'd you say?
A dog. A dog.
No, but you know what? I did receive a Valentine this morning.
From Noah. That is cute. What does it say?
It is a little bow.
Oh, so
and
to
it says,
Tony.
To Tony
Oh,
from Noah.
that's nice.
This
He wanted to, he didn't want to say mom because he didn't want to
Yeah,
do
he
that. So he was like, let me send it to my.
With love.
I made CK write all of his to friend from Cornell. To friend. You ain't got no girlfriend. And first of all, he don't even know his girlfriend's names. He was like, I forgot to ask. So how you giving people Valentine's? You know what, bro? Do your thing.
That's all right.
I
Throw
put
a
him in-
big net, see what you
Yep.
catch.
I put him in red today too, so he feels very good and very cute.
And he likes to feel cute.
Oh,
and I
he
love
loves
that about
it.
him.
He loves it, and he is very excited about his Valentine's girlfriends.
What's y'all favorite R&B song for the Valentine's?
Oh,
do you have a favorite or for the sexy
Close
time?
your eyes, make a wish, and blow out your
Shooky,
Let me
man.
tell you why. Because there are because tonight is just your night. So I feel like it's almost like telling me what to do. So I imagine myself closing my eyes and making a wish and blowing out my candles like that.
That's beautiful.
And then there was like, put on your red dress. And
Yes.
that's another one that I like because it gives me instruction. I got to put on my red
you know what
dress.
to wear. You don't have to think about your outfit.
Exactly. Those are
yeah.
the type of songs I like. I need people to tell me what to do.
She needs instruction.
Hello.
You hear that? She wants to be led.
I want
That's
to
what I'm
be
hearing.
led by a man who is an alpha.
Yes. I don't want no help.
I don't want you want a beta?
I don't want to be challenged according to one of my friends.
Love All Over Me by Monica.
Love.
Chris
Oh, that's
said,
a good one.
Yeah, that's a good
I'm
one.
in love with you.
I like Next has a song called When We Kiss.
Yeah.
And that song makes me want to be in love with someone. But my favorite Valentine's song ever is We Can't Be Friends by Deborah Cox and RL.
Because that song right there is a singing song.
Yes.
It's a
We
singing.
can't be friends.
Yes.
I'm still in love with you. Like that. I love that.
What do you like, Tristan?
I don't really have one, I don't think.
I just like love songs.
Put
I
on a
love
nice
love
R.
songs.
Kelly
Yeah.
album.
I love love.
Yeah.
Put a nice R. Kelly album.
R.
12
Kelly.
play on. 12 play on.
So the other night when we went to Dave Hollister, there was a DJ there, in the beginning, and he played R. Kelly, and everybody was like,
What? Sang.
"Do we groove to this? So how do we do?" And then everybody just was like, you could see it though when he first put it on, and then everybody just started singing, and it was nice. And I mean, R. Kelly, come on. It's classic. I'll make love to that.
Hey, you gotta separate the man from the music. You gotta separate.
You're right, Tris. You're right, because he's an artist.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
man,
Made
I believe
beautiful
I can
songs.
fly.
Yeah, I mean that is a national treasure.
Yeah.
That's an American theme song.
That's just like what was his name?
Tory Lane's got
Yeah,
some cute
that's
songs,
him.
too. Yeah.
Tory Lanez, however, a little bastard.
Small bastard.
he is small bastard. He makes amazing music. Like he is a very, very talented little guy.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate. That's the only unfortunate part of this whole thing is that he's such a terrible little person, and we won't be able to hear, that great music that he has.
Yeah. I mean,
Yo,
unless
Chris
he's
is
like every
bugging.
other artist that goes to jail and makes great music while
Exactly.
in jail.
So Jess also said dangerously in love, and Chris said Triz is absolutely killing it with his performance of 12 play. He's got such a unique style, and it's clear that he's a true artist who isn't afraid to explore his wild side. What a fantastic display of talent.
Put your phone down.
What do you have, ChatGPT on it?
What are you
Put
saying?
your phone down, brother. The hell?
Tristan is a connoisseur of the album saw.
What is going on there?
Schneider says Valentine's Day song, smack it up, flip it up, rub it down.
Yes,
oh no,
that is classic.
That is.
That is classic. You've got to have that in your Valentine's Day repertoire.
I need a bodyguard.
Yes, because you gotta speed it up to get to the climax, and then you come down with Usher's climax, which is an amazing song. Going nowhere fast. Yes.
Clearly, Valentine's Day is a favorite amongst
I love it. I'm so in love.
Is there any R&B? Is there any R&B events going on today? Like, what is there? Like, is there things, or is this like a day that nobody plans everything because everybody is?
No, but I might go speed dating. There's a speed dating event for black people at some black restaurant somewhere. Let me find it.
Okay, we did that in 2020. We did a speed dating event, a Valentine's Day event at 222 for Valentine's Day. It was actually a fundraiser, so that was good because we made some money off of you lovers. Hello, that was nice.
I love love.
I love it as well. Right. Anyhow, people, in the interest of time, we are going to be getting into the show. We have a special guest today, Kishana from the Mass Woman of Color Network. It's a organization that really kind of supports women in the domestic violence space. And even though today is a Valentine's Day today, there will be some issues that arise in places. So it's a good time to dive into the issue of domestic violence and making sure that we are all keeping our hands to ourselves, unless it's enthusiastic consent.
Yeah.
Oh.
Enthusiastic consent. With that said, we're going to get into this show. So everybody tune in right now. Spark Your Femme, Saucy and Friends in the Morning starts right now.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the Morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
The only thing that does matter is great music, and you will find it here.
The all-new Spark FM. The all-new Spark FM. Spark FM. Log on to sparkfmonline.com. Call Spark FM at 617-272-3387.
Oh, you know, man. Oh, this is another one of my favorite love songs.
Yes.
Hey, give me a hood rat check who don't take no licks. Hello. That's what I'm talking about. Today is Valentine's Day, and we're going to have a good day today. Today is Wednesday, February 14th, 2024. It's approximately 9:26 in the morning. Today's weather will be a 32 degrees, a high of 32 degrees. Tonight it will drop down to 21. Sunny with high gusty winds. Temps nearly steady in the low to mid 30s. Winds in the west northwest at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Winds could occasionally gust over 40 miles per hour. So ladies, if you're wearing a dress tonight, wear a long coat. Close it up at the end piece because it's going to fly open.
Or only wear a long coat tonight.
Oh, a long coat and a little brassiere. And a little panty.
And a tongue.
Tonight is going to be clear skies. It's going to drop down to about 21 degrees. And those winds are going to be winding. So use the wind to your advantage. It's
going to be winding.
It's going to winding out. It is also Black History Month, so let's get into our Black History factoids so that we know what to look forward in today. So today in Black History, February 14th, in 1817, on this date, Frederick Douglass was born. Happy birthday to Frederick Douglass. Back in 1867, on this date, February 14th, Morehouse College was founded and as an Augusta Institute. So Morehouse is one of our prominent black, HBCUs. Also on this day, back in 1946, Gregory Hines, actor and dancer, was born. And in this day in 1965, Malcolm X's house is bombed days before he is assassinated. Damn, he had a terrible last few days,
That was
huh?
a horrible.
Sheesh,
Get
wow.
your hand out my pocket.
Yeah, my goodness. So that is our Black History Facts for today. Thank you to Uncle Grandpa for providing those every day. You are special to us. So we were talking about earlier, the big thunderstorm that we had yesterday. I mean, not thunderstorm, God forbid. The big snowstorm that we had yesterday. We had expected about a foot of snow, about 6 to 12 inches yesterday. It was going to snow from approximately 2 a.m. to later on in this day. However, that did not occur. So the meteorologists react to the drastic shift in the mass snow forecast. I don't know what they had to say about it. Did anybody see them saying anything? They was trying to figure out where to say it. So in the last couple of days, Boston and surrounding areas went from preparing for up to a foot of snow to wondering if they'll see any plowable snow as a nor'easter rolls through the northeast. Starting late Monday afternoon, meteorologists said that the impending weather event forecast was changing as a result of a huge shift in storm track. It didn't do as they expected. The storm shifted this far south and east, said Rob, meteorologist with the National Weather Service in Northern. He said the officials began noticing a southward trend in the last 48 hours, but it really took shape going into Monday afternoon and evening when many local meteorologists began noting the drastic shift in the models. So we got maybe a slight, very slight here in the central Boston. We got a very 23-minute of heavy downfall, and that was it.
Was it heavy?
It wasn't heavy, but it was significant. If you looked outside, it looked like
snow.
it was snowing.
Yes.
And I think they did that for a cool 23 to 27 minutes, and then it was supposed to turn into rain. It just cut off. It didn't do nothing after that because the skies was clear and the sun came out. It was like, hey, let me just go ahead and soak up all this snow out here real quick.
I know, because I was like, is it sticking? Is it sticking a little bit?
We went out, and Mommy was like, when is the snow supposed to start? I'm like, girl, it started and finished. It's done. There's nothing here, Ma. It's done. The snow is finished. I sent Shike out for a little while to go shovel the snow, and he came back very quickly. My dad got fully prepared to go out, and he was in his snowsuit. And I said, Dad, you didn't want to look out the window a little bit?
Well, that was me. I was so upset because I was like, oh my gosh, Noah doesn't have any snow boots. How are he going to go out and play in the snow? I was trying to rush deliver some snow boots the other day. The boy went out in Crocs yesterday.
Not the Crocs.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And then you know what? There was big controversy, and I want to address this because I want people to understand that just because you feel like your child should be in school when there's no snow day does not mean that you don't love your child and that you do not want to spend time with them. And y'all got to stop making such drastic conclusions about
somebody
people.
told me yesterday he's your responsibility. Excuse me.
Yeah, he absolutely is.
What?
I just feel like parents are allowed to be a little bit annoyed and or frustrated when you cancel school full 48 hours in advance for a snowstorm and there's no snowstorm.
Yeah.
It's not that you don't want to stay home with your kid. It's that I don't have to.
Yes.
I don't have to. They should be learning and I should be working. This is how we do this.
Yeah.
So, it's not that I don't want to stay home with my kid, but first of all, the boy eat too much. And and he says a lot of words.
Oh my gosh.
And that's
the boy
not
talks to me and talks to me and
not,
talks to me.
It's not okay.
People were getting on the meteorologists on Twitter though.
They were.
Well, they should have.
Because it's 2024, Tristan. Like it's 2024.
I mean, the Doppler has to be able to tell the difference between snow and rain at this
You want
point.
to read some of these?
Also, Saucy and I were
What is it?
talking yesterday. The meteorologists, poor things, they felt bad too because they were looking for areas with snow yesterday. Like, oh look, we found
In
someplace
Hull.
over here in Whippington. There's an inch of snow here over here in Whippington.
Look at this tree. It's full of snow.
Look at this.
Tony, read off some of the
some of the tweets. Wait, hold on.
Hilarious.
There, go to it. It says, wrong, misguided, in error, off track, but seeing what I saw with the confidence backing it, would do it again. People don't want apologies. They either want a pound of flesh or they want you to shut up and move on.
Oh, my.
Why just not admit, hey, we overshot the target on this one. Sorry, folks. We'll try to get it right next time. Why is admitting a mistake so wrong? I mean, predicting 8 to 12 and then shifting to 2 to 4 isn't an adjustment. It's just wrong.
Right.
And that's true.
Because we didn't even get 2.
Yeah, we didn't get nothing. We didn't get an inch.
Yeah.
We didn't get anything. So we went from a foot of snow. A foot of snow is not a little piece of snow, guys. That's a whole foot of snow. It's 12 inches of... How much inches of snow you want? How much inches of snow? I don't want 0 inch. I want a little... I don't want 12 either. But, it's a little 6 to 9 is nice. But,
I see what you did there.
Boom, ching.
Boom, ching.
And then the other thing that they was complaining about, well, why y'all mad about school cancellation? Y'all think it was smart for us to be going to snow in the blizzard? No, I also don't think it's important or smart to go to snow in the blizzard, but I also don't think it's just smart to stay home when there's not a blizzard.
Me either. And especially for me and my child, who don't never have no school anyway.
Yeah,
he don't got no school tomorrow. He don't got no school tomorrow. He didn't have no school last Tuesday, and he's out for a whole week next week. And then when he comes back, he has a day off the week when he come back.
Boy,
so
them teachers got it good over there.
Don't tell me nothing.
It's your responsibility.
Right.
Keeping it going, we have some updates from you. Big old Stashes Pizza.
Yes.
We haven't heard an update from Stashes in a while. So Blue Hill Avenue Pizza Place ordered to pay customer for employee racist tirade. The Massachusetts Commission Against Discrimination has ordered Stashes Pizza, Blue Hill Avenue on Columbia Road, to pay a customer $105,000 for the racist tirade she had to endure when she called to complain about the way that she was treated when she didn't get the pizza she had ordered one night in October. Good for her.
Absolutely,
because she went out there protesting. She had people boycotting. She really went to bat. She had the camera. She had the video recordings.
Yes.
She had the voice recordings. Good for her. Big ups to her. Get paid.
That's right.
His decision released last month. MCAD hearing officer Jason Barjrick concluded that the woman continues to suffer psychological trauma from the incident. No, she's not. Stop it out. In which a worker told her, among other things, to ponder how many blacks like Clint Park. Only that's not the word he used. What?
I never heard that information.
Holy smoke. Burshak was unable to identify the person who mistreated the woman, except that it was not the owner, Stavros Papalandalios, who had gone to dinner with his family at Davio's on Fenway Pier, followed by time at a Greek club called Pontantantli on Albany Street before heading home. I just want y'all to know these are not the correct words. I'm just sounding it out phonetically in my head. The owner is currently behind bars. Oh, he's still behind bars?
Yeah.
Oh, good for him. Awaiting trial in a federal court in May on charges he mistreated, sometimes violently, the undocumented immigrants he allegedly preferred to hire precisely so he could mistreat them at his Dorchester and Rosendale pizza places and a place he formerly owned in Norwood. According to the decision, the woman called Stashes around 12:30 a.m. on October 4th, 2020 to order a large cheese pizza to go. But that when she got there to pick it up, the white guy behind the counter said that he had no record of her order, but he told her he had a small pie and that he could take it, that she could take it or leave it. She left to try another place, but when she called Stashes to ask for a manager to complain to, according to the judge's ruling, the person responded, "Why don't you come here so I can put a bullet in your head?" And then he called the lady an N-word or a effing N-word. The woman was shocked. The person hung up the phone. Thinking she may have gotten the wrong number, the woman dialed Stashes again and got the same guy. The person who answered said, "Stop calling me, you effing N-word," and hung up. She tried once more, because she was probably like, I know this nigga not talking to me. So then she tried again. The person who answered the telephone asked her whether she knew how many N-words like you get hung at Franklin Park and told her, stop calling me you effing N-word. She said, you effing racist, and the conversation ended. She was shocked and angry. She began to cry as she started to think about how black slaves had been hung from those trees. And then she got a text message from a different number, and the text message said, you effing N-word. The woman called the number the message came from, and the same person who had answered the calls told the woman that he was off work and ready to hang an N-word and asked, where are you?
Yeah, I remember that part.
She said they rejected an argument from Stashes that it shouldn't be forced to pay for the worker's misdeeds because he kept answering and texting after the place was closed for the night, and its employees manual specifically states workers should not answer the phone after closing. Those comments and messages were made during a patron's attempt to speak to a manager about poor customer service. Interacting with a patron about customer service falls within the scope of employee duties. So, they tried to say, that was his fault. We didn't have nothing to do with it. But, sir, you're sitting in jail for kicking the nuts off of one of your employees.
And didn't he knock all his teeth out?
Knock his teeth out and choked him out and stuff like that. So, hey, secure the Bagatron, lady. It's good for you. And you shouldn't have to put up with that. And good for you. Yeah. I'm glad.
Oh, do we know her? She my friend?
She ain't nobody's friend right now. She's like, I have $105,000. She about to say to me.
I would have flew to Trinidad this morning.
Today is also, no, it's not. Carnival ended yesterday. Today's Wednesday.
Oh, today is Wednesday.
Today is Wednesday.
We missed it.
Today
Damn.
is, yeah. Is this in Boston?
Yes.
During Black History Month, we just gave you our Black History facts of all the really great things that happened in February. Mm-hmm. During Black History Month, we have something else that we should be, talking about as well. During Black History Month, young white teenagers get caught doing blackface in Sephora. And their mothers do nothing. At the Prudential Center. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Over the weekend, TikToker, I'm not going to say her name, allegedly caught and filmed a group of white teenage girls walking around Sephora in full blackface at the Boston Prudential Mall. And in the video, their mothers seem to idly stand by and do nothing. In the first part of the video, one of the girls is waiting for her mom to take a photo of her face caked in brown makeup. And a Sephora employee can be heard confronting them. Let's go to the clip right here.
This way Sephora needs to be for adults only, because why were these teenagers caught doing blackface?
Go ahead.
Like, literally.
Straws, let alone how incredibly effective.
This is so wild.
I'm so sorry.
This is so shameful. This is so shameful. Like, reading the caption here, genuinely so disgusted and disturbed. My teammates and I arrived in Boston for a track meet this weekend and walked around Sephora before dinner to kill time. These group of teenage girls and their mothers come in and go to the makeup section to use the samples for blackface whilst giggling and making animal sounds. The hell? A Sephora worker, lady in black, confronted them and the mother dismisses her and walks off. After I stopped filming, both mothers came to press me to delete the video of the blatant racism because they didn't consent. This behavior is disgusting and unacceptable. I'm glad that my good sis recorded this. She will be tagged down below. And it is a damn shame that the Sephora employee tried her best to consult the mother about her daughter. However, the lady was not trying to hear it. The fact that the mom nonchalantly walked off tells me that this hateful behavior was learned and that the mother has no desire to correct it. The video has already gone viral, and it's only a matter of time before people figure out who the parents and teens are. And I do believe that they will be facing consequences for their actions because the internet does not forget, and we certainly don't play.
Oh,
Lord.
Larry Jordan seems to have a different take on this. He thinks that the children were just had on
Larry,
facial
chill out,
masks
Larry.
and it was not blackface.
Chill out on this one, bro.
Oh, well, Larry, that's not what happened. It is Black History Month, and it is the year of 2024, the year of the internet, and the year of TikTok, the year of Beyonce and the Super Bowl, and the year of all of the things. And all of
Cat
them.
Williams.
And Cat Williams and Club Shay Shay. This is where we're at. We're in the middle of the most socially open place ever.
Yeah.
There's no mistaking that when you go into Sephora, which is a makeup place, when you go to the section, there's the section for the black people. It's not even a section for black people. They just have all the foundations laid out from white to black.
Yeah.
So when you go to the black side of the section and then you put on that makeup and then there's a white person
making animal noises.
And then you run around making animal noises.
Yeah.
You know, that is where we're at. And this is Nikki Haley saying that racism hasn't existed and it's never been a part of American culture. These is two white children and they white mama in a Sephora in the Prudential putting on blackface during Black History Month and what do y'all want me to believe about that? What is that telling me?
Yeah. Evan Disa says every year the white people always put on a stunt for Black History Month.
Like, for real. For real. These are teenagers that have access to the internet, which is funny because me and my mom was talking about encyclopedias this morning. And the fact that we probably need to put back down the phone and get printing some books so that these children could read. But this is what happens in the age of people making excuses for children behaving badly when they know exactly what they're doing. These are not babies with face paint. These are grown and the mother teenagers.
Was right there.
The mother was right there and didn't address it. The fact that the Sephora worker had to come in and address it and tell them how offensive and ridiculous it was, and they try to dismiss it and run off the camera means you knew exactly what you were doing.
Not only run off the camera, but the parents coming back and asking the person to delete the video because they didn't give consent is also indication that
because
you know
she knows that she was dead wrong.
Yeah.
And if it was, let's just say Larry, I'm not saying that you, because there was probably some white people that probably
Larry
saying
said
the same
he didn't know
thing.
about the about the animal noises. And I agree with you, Larry. I would have probably been able to roll what you said if it weren't for the animal noises.
If it wasn't a brown mask, because most masks don't come in brown.
But then she was running around the place.
Like, let's that. You know, like even black people masks don't come in brown.
Yeah. Nah.
They come in every other colors. You see white, yellow, and green most of the time. You don't see a brown mask.
I would have threw my drink on it. Would I was wrong? Would I be wrong at that point?
No. I mean, if you're offended by something they do, I feel like your course of action should be your course of action. Maybe you don't put your foot, physically hurt them, but I feel like they should have got real cussed down.
Yeah.
Because the fact is that they had to walk out the store with the blackface on.
Yeah.
So now you approaching other people. You don't have no excuse of being in a makeup store anymore and trying on makeup.
Yeah.
You actually knew that wasn't your color.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad because this is what happens.
Yeah.
These are the things that, white children are allowed to do because they feel like they can do that.
This is America.
That's America. This is America. Boy, I tell you, America. 17 goats are up for adoption in Massachusetts. If anybody is interested, I was thinking about it.
Goats are great.
But you know what it is? I don't have time to build a small barn to put them in. Do goats live in barns in the winter?
I think you can live in your house.
Yeah, they can just walk around.
If anybody does happen, I know Jennifer. She has a small, a small farm there. She has chickens, and I think she has 1 goat and 4 dogs. There are 17 goats in Massachusetts looking for a new home after being rescued from poor conditions. Do not adopt them, West Indian and Caribbean people.
Look at Larry
Please.
already talking about curry.
See, come on, Larry. No.
Man.
The MSPCA said it helped the ASPCA remove the goats from an Oswego property where cattle and horses also lived. More than 100 animals were removed in total. They were living with dozens of other animals on a property with limited access to food, water, and medical care with the MSPCA at Nevins Farm, where the goats are currently staying. Nevins Farm is actually a really good farm. They do a lot of adoptions there.
How do you care for goats?
And then this is my other thing. If they're already living somewhere that they can live, but they're absent of food, of water, why don't we just bring the food and water to where they at?
Yeah.
And then make sure that somebody goes out there and feeds them and takes care of them instead of moving them all over the place. But yeah, let's see them. They look fat too, look very meaty. So there's good health here. Tender. And there's these good. Look at them. They look nice. There's some healthy goats. All right. Look at them. That's the one I want. That's prime.
Nicole need to adopt some of them goats and do some little baby goat yoga.
That's a
famous
thing.
That a
I'm
lot
not
of
sure
people
why
be doing
that's
these
so much
days.
news for us.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought it was interesting. I was gonna take it out, but I was like, you know what, the goats, somebody might be up for a goat.
Oh, look at this one.
Yes, this is the story that I wanted to go to again. I don't know what kind of game of cat and mouse that he's playing, but I want him to be over. The man wanted in the Massachusetts murder for the young woman who he left in the Logan. He is rearrested in Kenya after a week-long escape. He needed a little break. A man wanted in Massachusetts to face the murder charges for Maggie a week after he dramatically escaped from police custody in Kenya was again apprehended this week. Kevin Kangathi, 40 of Lowell, escaped while waiting extradition on the Massachusetts warrant, alleging he killed his girlfriend and left her body in a car at Logan Airport in Boston last fall. Last week, he slipped out of police station in Nairobi and jumped into a privately owned minivan. Kangathi was arrested in another part of the country on the outskirts of Kenya's capital city on Tuesday evening as he sought refuge at one of his relatives' homes. He would have not been refuging sought it at my house.
That relative needs to be arrested.
We have rearrested him, and we thank all that helped in this. With his suspect recaptured, we are once again on track to seek justice for Maggie and her family. It is our hope that Kevin Kangathi return to Boston will proceed in a timely manner and without further incident. I'm not sure why they didn't arrest him and take him straight to the airport and put him on the straight plane with somebody with shackles on his hands and his feet.
Look at him there, just looking like it's just a regular day.
In a country where corruption endemic and the police force have been ranked for decades the most corrupt institution in the country, Kangathi's escape raised suspicion that police officers on duty that day may have been bribed to allow his escape. The 4 officers who were on duty at that report office that day have been suspended awaiting disciplinary action and may face prosecution.
I thought they were arrested, right?
Yeah.
They arrested them.
The officers agreed to his request and removed the prisoner from the cell and took him to an office, leaving him there. After a short while, the prisoner escaped by running away and left the lawyer behind. Oh, the lawyer was an actual lawyer? Was he? Officers pursued Kangathi but did not catch him, the police report said, adding that somebody arrested him. Kangathi had been detailed pending a ruling on whether he should be extradited to face a first-degree murder charge in connection with the death of Maggie on October 31st.
Why is there a question about whether he should be extradited?
I think they should bring him here and then question him. And if he don't need to be here, then they could send him back. But I think that he need to be here so we can
But if they
put
send
him
him back,
solitary.
does he become a free man over there, or does he serve jail time?
I mean, with the corruption that they have over there, he might end up being the police commissioner or something. Who knows?
Oh, Jesus, Lord.
He did it. He definitely did it.
Fugitive wanted for murder
judging
here
him.
in Massachusetts, appearing in court in Kenya after being arrested again. Police say they found Kevin Kangete hiding out at a relative's home about a week after he escaped the police station in Nairobi and jumped into a waiting minivan. Kangete is wanted for the murder of Maggie Mbitu, a nurse from Whitman. Investigators in Massachusetts say he killed her and then left her body in the Logan Airport parking garage before taking off to Kenya. Her family tells WBZ they are cautiously cheering the news and they hope the Kenyan government will keep him in custody this time.
Oh, wow. I hope that they keep him in custody this time as well.
Me too.
Massachusetts. Here's a story. Everybody tune in. Y'all got to come and listen to this. Y'all come on over here. Everybody gather around, tell a friend, go ahead and share it, because we got to talk about the city and the foolishness that they trying to do in the city.
Yes.
And we're gonna have to call somebody back up to the table to sit down in the chair.
Come talk.
The chair and the chair of doom. Y'all listen to this. Y'all come around, gather around. It might be time for motorists to pay a toll to drive into downtown at rush hour.
What you saying?
The Boston City Council tomorrow considers whether to let Councilor
Tomorrow isn't today.
Today. Come on. I hate it that it had to be her. Considers whether to let Councilor Tanya Fernandez Anderson start up some formal consideration of a proposal for congestion prices as a way to ease gridlock on Boston roads caused by narrowing car access because of bicycles and bus lanes. Then that whole sentence makes no sense to me. And maybe even provide enough revenue to help improve public transit. Anderson will ask the council to assign her proposal to a council committee for a public hearing and drafting of a possible ordinance or home rule petition to begin charging people who drive along designated roads at particular times in the city. Can you go to this so I can listen to it?
Yeah,
to
me
somebody
too,
else
somebody
explain it
needs
to
to
me.
explain it to
yes. We're gonna go to the clip right now so we can all listen at the same
Traffic
time.
congestion. It's something that Boston residents know all too well, but even the burbs are getting a bad rap here in Massachusetts. Massachusetts.
You guys ranked 45th overall among the states, which is not super great. High rush hour traffic congestion is at 68%, and that coupled with a lengthy average commute time of about 29 minutes. This all contributes to the lower standing.
According to the finance company Wallet Hub, sitting in those backups is costing the average U.S. driver around 50 hours of their time every year, leading to productivity losses and wasted gas.
The average congestion cost for the average driver is $806.
Like, you don't matter. Now, if you're looking for a better place to drive.
This is just on the
So in her hearing request, she notes New York City and New Jersey are considering rush hour pricing, which is already used in some European cities. A set fee placed on drivers of various vehicles could bring money and resources toward other elements of the community, reduce traffic, increase transit use, and improve air quality, creating environmentally and eco-friendly solutions, as well as functioning as a tangible solution for those feeling preyed upon and thinking that the city is not hearing their feedback. I thought it was the drivers that felt that we were not being preyed upon.
We were not being heard.
Yeah. She writes, Boston's infamous traffic woes have only been exacerbated by bike and bus lanes. Numerous constituents have voiced concerns over the narrowing of streets due to adding bus and bike lanes, as well as the rise in vehicular traffic. And furthermore, the placement of buses in the center or street exacerbates traffic by restricting space for cars and trucks to maneuver effectively. Narrow and congested streets pose challenges for emergency ambulances navigating already congested areas. The council regularly meets on Wednesday. They'll be meeting today on the 5th floor to discuss this, but I really just don't understand what this would do.
So they want us to pay a toll if we're driving down into downtown at a certain hour.
Yes.
Using the highway?
I guess so. No, because they're talking about streets. I don't know.
So they're saying basically they're doing the same thing. I was telling Saucy the other day. They're doing the same thing in Manhattan. So basically what they're doing are they would put the tolls things that's on the highway. They would put them on
those damn pay by plate.
On the street lights.
On the street lights.
Yeah.
So it's driving into downtown any way that you drive into downtown.
Probably once you cross over into a certain part of
Tremont or
they start charging you.
And who thought that this was a good idea?
They're trying it. New York is not excited about it, but they're trying it in New York. So I guess she's trying to bring it here. But this sentence that says
it makes sense in New York, but not
in New York. Yeah,
because New York already has big tolls and stuff like that, I guess, and they already have to pay They have to pay something when they go.
Yeah, and their downtown is so much bigger, and it's a grid. The way that the city is designed is a grid. Boston isn't designed like a grid. It's not easy to get around here.
She says, as a way to ease gridlock on Boston roads caused by narrowing car access because of bike lanes. So because the bike lanes are already causing the streets to be narrower, which is causing more traffic, we should charge the cars more because they still want to drive. And if we charge the cars, the revenue we make from the cars will go to help people learn how to take public transportation.
The thing is, though, is that I think what needs to be concentrated on is that if you want people to be taking public transportation all the time, you got to improve the public transportation first. Fix that problem first.
Yeah.
And then you can go on to do all of these other great
Well, that's what
ideas
she's
that
saying,
you
that
have.
if we do this, then it would give more money also to help fix the transit lines so people could want to go start taking the transit lines. Yeah. I think that you should maybe take out some of the bike lanes and maybe make them share with the side. I don't know.
Can I tell you what happened the other day?
Tell me.
The other day, I was on Calm Ave, right?
Uh-huh.
I was with my friend. We was going to this restaurant. We was going to the gig.
Yeah.
So he parks. He gets out on the driver's side. I get on the left side. Can I tell you, I almost got hit. Not by a car,
by a bus,
but by a biker.
Oh,
it's the bike
yes,
lane.
Yep.
So not only now we gotta look out for
Calm Ave over there has those huge bike lanes too.
Are they also separate? No, they're clearly not.
When we go to Raising Cane's, so they have that big bike
They have
highway.
a big island. Yeah.
And then an island, and then you can park. Yeah, it's crazy.
It is crazy, and them bikes be swishing by. So I understand why it would be there, because you often see many bikers. But even in the comment section of this one, we still ain't had a rhyme or reason besides drag racing that there are bikes on American Legion, the highway.
Yeah.
It's called Highway.
Yeah.
If you wanted to call it Avenue, then do that. But it's called Highway. Why do we have bikes? And to this day, I have only in the last, how long they've been up there? 2 years now? I've seen one full biker. One.
Not only that, but like Boston is a city that gets snow. We're supposed to get snow. What do you want us to do when it's snowing? We're not supposed to drive our cars. You want us to be on bikes and rushing to pack onto the T? We're gonna be like, what is that, China?
Yep.
Where all the people pack into the train, maybe riding on the outside of it and all of that. Like, what do y'all want us to do? They're not taking into consideration all things. They need to have a meeting and call everybody in the state to talk about
I think
this.
because they do all of their things based on data and data. So they're seeing that the data says that there's mad automobile traffic at this point of the day, and there are this many train riders at this point of the day. So it probably makes sense for everybody to not be driving, but everybody to be on the bus, because then that would ungest whatever. How are you going to get everybody to let go of their car at the same time? Because the only way that this is going to work is everybody decides that they don't want to drive at the same exact time.
And give me some kind of tax credit for getting rid of my car, too. Give me some kind of tax credit for not having a car. And
give
if
me
you do
the
that,
full value of my vehicle or something like that.
I will get rid of my car. If you give me an extra $3,000 in my tax return every year, $5,000. $6,000.
Extra $6,000 in my tax return for getting rid of my car and taking public transportation, because that money will go towards my bus fare.
Yes.
That's where it is. Yep, figured it out.
Study that.
Study these. There was another man's body found in a river in Milton, this time in the Neponset River. You guys got to stop putting people in the river. That is crazy to me. Yeah. Sophia's is closing in Dedham.
That's awful.
Yes, that was a nice place. I don't know. It's going to be under a new ownership, and it's going to be a new concept restaurant.
They have changed the name of Sophia's. Has been so many different things in my lifetime. Remember there used to be like a sign there that was just a big chicken. It was a neon sign of a big chicken before it turned to Sophia's. In my adult lifetime, and I think Stephanie made this comment yesterday. In my adult lifetime, it's been at least 3 different places that's been Sophia's, and Sophia's is just so good.
It is. It's a nice steak. Let's go there.
All right.
Massachusetts, last but not least, before we go to a quick commercial break, Massachusetts lawmakers approve a psilocybin bill to legalize for therapeutic, spiritual, and medicinal purposes. Looks like mushrooms to me.
Yeah. Do you see where that article is? What is that called?
This is a marijuana moment.
Yeah.
With the psychedelics legalization initiative pending before lawmakers ahead of a potential vote on the November ballot, a Massachusetts legislative committee has advanced a separate bill that would legalize these psilocybin therapies in the Commonwealth and set up a framework to license facilitators who could supervise medical, therapeutic, and spiritual applications of the drugs.
Yeah.
This is what Tristan been trying to teach us the whole time, that you got to get spiritual with the mushrooms in the forest. And you got to be around people
Tristan,
that you
you
like.
ever tried peyote?
What is that?
It's a drink that people take, and I guess it's like mushrooms too.
It's a
called
psychedelic?
peyote. Yeah, it's a psychedelic.
Where you get it from?
I don't know. They do. You do like a whole spiritual something with it out in the desert. Yeah, like that.
Oh,
and
wow.
Bing, like that.
And then you hit a little sound ball. Oh, that sounds spiritual.
Oh, I'm scared.
I'm gonna get spiritual off of these mushrooms too. Let me see where they're gonna test it out. I'm gonna be the test person for it because it's probably good for your mental health to get it to settle down.
Everybody says that. Remember, Smalley was telling us that the other day too. She had to go on a
spiritual
journey.
cleanse. Yeah. Journey through to get her chakras aligned.
Yes.
Get them good. Well, we're going to go to a quick commercial break and we'll be right back. We'll be right back with Mass Woman of Color, Kishana, who's going to come talk to us about a very, very important fundraiser that the Mass Woman of Color Network is putting on soon. And we want you guys to know all about it, because even if you can't make it, we would ask that you donate. It's a very good cause. And we'll talk about it when we come back. Spark FM Online, Saucy and Friends in the Morning.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the Morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
You are enjoying the miracle of radio.
Radio. New England's #1 urban Caribbean music. Radio. Spark FM.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Finally Home is a must-read step-by-step guide that will equip any first-time homebuyer with the knowledge they need to confidently make informed decisions. This book provides answers in simple and clear terms to most, if not all, of the questions you may have about credit, home ownership, and generational wealth. Finally Home equips the reader with the confidence to be engaged with the home buying process without feeling vulnerable or exploited. Tailor-made Real Estate Easy is not just a catchy hashtag. It is real estate agent and radio personality Taylor Andre's goal. A goal to simplify one of the most challenging processes you will go through as an adult. A goal to educate you properly on credit and teach you the strategies to finding the home of your dream. It is not just a good book or an easy read. It is the secret to a seamless home buying experience.
Did you know that you can now get a standard Massachusetts driver's license regardless of your immigration status? To get help with your application, a list of all required documents, and nearby appointment scheduling, visit mass.gov/WFMA. Your license is your way forward, so why not get started today? Register now at mass.gov/WFMA or call 857-368-WFMA.
Hello, I'm Marissa Jarrett Winoker. Performing on stage takes mental and physical preparation. But one thing I never thought to prepare for was cervical cancer. 91% of cervical cancers are caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV. 1 in every 4 Americans is infected with HPV. For many people, the virus hides inside them and they never develop symptoms. But for others, HPV links directly to cancer. My cancer almost ended my career. It almost ended me. The good news is, there are vaccines that can protect you or your children from cancer. The HPV vaccine is recommended 12 years old and a catch-up option for teens and young adults. Talk to your doctor. You don't want HPV hiding inside of you. Go to thinkaboutthelink.org to learn more. Together, we can stop cancer before it starts.
Spark FM.
Wizzy boy, make me dance. Daddy, oh, make me dance.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM. Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com. Turn us up.
Tell me how you want it, yeah. Call me and I'm over.
Spark FM.
Spark FM Online, number 1 for urban and Caribbean music. We are back. Saucy and Friends in the morning here on Spark FM Online. Rockstone Triz, Miss Tony B. Knowin, and your girl Hot Sauce. Today we have a very special guest, and although it is the day of lovers, we do know that some people do not have a lot of love in their heart. So we're going to be talking to Kishana from the Mass Women of Color Network. Welcome, Kishana.
Good
How
morning.
are you?
I'm so blessed. I'm excited. I'm so privilege to be here with you this morning.
I'm so excited that you're here. I'm a big fan of your work. We've worked together before. We're going to work together again on a really great event. Let's start off with you just telling us what the Mass Woman of Color is and, kind of getting into that.
Sure. So I am the executive director of the Massachusetts Women of Color Network, and we support the leadership and sustainment of women of color working in the sexual and domestic violence movement in Massachusetts.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So pretty much we support the service providers.
Yeah.
We provide training and technical assistance on a wide range of leadership topics and ways to sustain in such rewarding but challenging work. We also offer mentorship programs, member resources. We offer a professional development fund. We also do community care and connection events because we need each other, right?
Absolutely.
We're spread out across the state in Massachusetts, so we really look forward to times when we can come together and really pour into one another so that we can go back out and do the work.
Absolutely.
I think that's very important. We connected last year. You were doing a fundraiser because you guys surpassed 10 years. Is this 11 years now?
Well, 10 years, but then last year was our 13th birthday.
Okay.
So it was 13 years to celebrate.
Okay,
13
good.
reasons to celebrate.
Yes. I love that. And then this event that you're doing now, it's called Until We Dance Again. And this is about your work in domestic violence area. Can you tell us a little bit about this event and how this story came about?
Yes. So Until We Dance Again. This event is dear to my heart. It's one of a different kind of nature. We have been working on a groundbreaking project called Keeping Black Survivors Alive and creating a toolkit. And one of our lead consultants on that project, a dear friend and colleague, Rike Michelle, also known as Michelle Broadnecks, was shot. Yeah, she was shot on September 29th. While coming to the aid of a close friend in a domestic violence situation.
Yeah, and this is a story that we covered a lot back then. In Lexington, and it was the guy who shot his mother and her friend, and this is her mother's friend.
Oh,
the mother's friend.
You know what? That is true. We did.
We did.
That's so interesting. So she was there helping a domestic violence situation and ended up getting hurt.
Yes.
Jeez. And how's she doing?
She's in recovery. She's out of the hospital. We thank God that she's alive. So we're also celebrating her survival.
Yeah.
And Jody Finnegan is the mom who it happened to. So we're celebrating survival and just wanting to support her as she's in recovery. She's in rehab. She is trying to walk again. Many complications, but she's really pushing. She has a heart that's one of a kind.
That's doing this work because it's important. Like it's so today is a day that many people are going to be doing, a lot of fun things. But we do also have to remember those people that are stuck in situations that they probably can't get out of. And then they're also seeing these days that are felt for lovers and they're getting hurt, or whether man or woman, because it happens.
In this case.
Absolutely. So like in these situations, so you guys are putting on this event. It's going to take place on February 24th from 5 to 10:30 p.m. And tell us what this event will consist of.
Yeah. When I tell people 5 to 10:30, they look at me like, what y'all gonna be doing all that
time? 5 hours, golly.
Yeah. So it is gonna be dinner, show, and vendors.
Okay.
Very
so
nice.
it's a all encompassing. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And as long as there's dinner, because a lot of people been advertising dinner. Let's talk about this part. A lot of people been advertising dinner, and we get there's no dinner. There's go. Okay. I like that. See, I'm going. I'm also me and Taylor Andre will be hosting this event with DJ Ysham, who will be DJing.
That's
so it's going to be a really, really great event. The last time you guys did something, it was the 13 Reasons Why. It was a really beautiful event.
Thank you.
Like it was absolutely gorgeous. And shout out to you guys for recognizing women in that space who are doing this work. Tell us more about other programs that you guys have going on within the Women of Color Network.
Yeah, so I want to talk about the Keeping Black Survivors Alive project.
Yes, please.
Yeah. It's a beautiful project. We are a cohort of 5 Black women-led organizations in Massachusetts.
Which ones are they, do you know?
The Center for Hope and Healing over there in Lowell. In the Merrimack Valley, Brookview House in Roxbury,
familiar with that.
Love Life Now Foundation in the Brockton area in South Shore, YWCA in Central Mass, and Transgender Emergency Fund in Boston. Yes,
they need
and
that.
they cover all of
Yes,
Massachusetts.
good.
Very nice.
Yeah. So we wanted to partner with Black women-led organizations that are predominantly serving Black communities.
Yes,
yeah, they
absolutely.
serve everyone, but with a focus, in their geographical areas. They're
It's
seen.
Black. Yeah. Okay, good.
A lot of people, when they hear of Lowell, they don't necessarily think that there's a large of a Black community, but there is a large Black community in Lowell.
In Lowell?
Lowell, yeah,
Really?
definitely.
And then you guys have decided to come together, and the project consists of really kind of giving support to these survivors.
It's a very layered and compounded project, one of its kind in the state. So we are in our 3rd year of the project, and we are creating a Keeping Black Survivors Alive toolkit.
Okay.
And the purpose is to center the voices and experiences of Black survivors who've experienced harm in Massachusetts and who have experienced services and have given us feedback to say these are things that should be changed. These are areas that we're not doing so
listen.
well.
Yes.
Yeah, we listen.
Yes, good.
And the purpose of the toolkit is to enhance services for Black survivors and ultimately to keep us alive.
What's in the toolkit?
Best practices.
Okay.
A curriculum. Resources. It's a live database where you can type in Mattapan. I want a Black woman. I want a therapist in Mattapan.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
It's going to be a live database that we continue to update and stay active in spreading resources.
Because one of the things that often happen down here is that people, I'm in some of these, Facebook groups, and people are always asking these questions about like, where can I get help with this and where can I help with that and blah, blah, blah. And people don't often know that a lot of organizations like this exist.
Yes.
And that's one of the things that we aim to do is kind of amplify these different types of organizations. And Mass Woman, you guys have a huge network of just different things that you could probably point people in direct direction. Yeah. So this is a call to action that if you guys know somebody who needs some type of service or some types of help, that this is a place where you can go and they will lead you into the right direction if they can't necessarily help you themselves. Yeah. So that is something that's really, really important too. Back to Until We Dance Again, the fundraiser. It's a compilation of singing, dancing, spoken word performances, theatrical scenes, increasing awareness about gun violence, domestic violence, and mental health, including glimpse into the journey of a gun violence survivor. Those things put together, gun violence, domestic violence, and mental health, that sounds like a recipe of disaster. Yeah. If your mental is not good, it can lead to one of these other things. How many women do you guys service or do you guys help? Like, what is the statistics around or the data around domestic violence as it stands?
So the service providers that we support, we currently have about 834 members.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, women of color across the state that we support.
Yeah.
And they directly support the survivors. And so our work is to support training and technical assistance to enhance those services.
Also enhance the services that is provided.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys are training the people who go out and help the people.
Yes.
Okay. See, there's always need for this hierarchy. Yes.
Outreach.
Okay. See, that's good.
Yeah.
And then how do you guys take volunteers?
Oh,
like
yes.
what do you guys need besides money?
We need money. We need support.
Yes.
Share the flyers.
Someone asked, do you guys also support men?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Well, I wouldn't say on a first-hand basis. Yeah. But with the materials that we produce and with the trainings, we also do community trainings. Okay. And in those trainings, I've trained MOVA, and we have all different identities that show up to our community trainings. And we're saying, this is how you do it. This is how you serve us better.
Okay. That's really important too, because even what you said, it focuses on, people of color, but it encompasses many people. And just because it says woman doesn't necessarily mean that it's only women. So that is very, very important too. And how long have you been doing this? Why is this work so important to you?
Yeah. This is my 10th year doing domestic violence related work.
That's a heavy work. That's heavy work.
Yeah.
How do you do this?
Sometimes I'm tired for talking about domestic violence.
Yes, Kishana is very, very Jamaican, okay?
Yes. And sometimes you have to go back to your accent. So you can get it out for real.
I'm gonna have that. Okay. So yeah, like how do you
I
deal?
truly sustain because I think back to then.
Yeah.
I think back to, I'm a survivor of childhood sexual abuse and also previously incarcerated. And I remember back then when I was in a support group and when I was receiving services, and I'm like, wow, if this was available when I was being abused or if I knew of these services, maybe my story would be different.
Hey, absolutely.
Yeah, and so every day I'm like, how could I be useful in a real meaningful way, right? How can I talk with someone and share my experience in hopes that it will influence growth, healing, encouragement. And I'm also able to sustain because of my network. The women of color we support, they are also my network. I look forward to those events where I can connect with people on the South Shore and down in Cape Cod and say, oh yeah, I know why we're doing this.
Because it's not too much of a different story, different circumstances, but it's all about, power. It's all about those very aggressive things that. So I appreciate this work that you do, and I think that we do need to talk about these things more often and make sure people know. You see them in the bathroom all the time, like when you go to the hospital, like, are you a victim of abuse? Do you need help? While you're in here, this is the number to call. So on September 29th, this is when this happened to Michelle, and I'm thank you for realizing that we did cover this story, because I was like, this sounds like a movie, because it's so familiar. It's so something that unfortunately is so regular. So on February 24th from 5 to 10, again, this is Until We Dance Again. Why that name?
I was just about to ask that.
Why that name? So at Mass Women of Color Network, we show up. We show up for those we support. We show up for our communities. And when I got that call about what happened to Michelle, and there are some calls we never want to get. And that call was one of them. And I heard what happened. Automatically, I prayed, right? But then I'm like, what else do I need to do? And, I tried to visit and be there for her. And in one of the visits, her heart had taken a turn. And it amazes me that we know these things in theory. We're working on the toolkit. We are creating best practices. But when I witness these things firsthand, and when I'm in particular talking about the treatment of the staff at the hospital, the doctors, the nurses, and how they don't love our brown bodies the way that they do our white counterparts. And to witness that, and to witness Michelle have to advocate for herself over and over again while in her hospital bed, really jerked my heart in a profound way. And in one of those visits, her heart had taken a turn, and it was because they weren't listening to her and the symptoms that she was saying that she was experiencing. And it was a hard visit. And she also danced. She's a vibrant soul, and she loves to dance. And right before I left that visit, she said, "Until we dance again."
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's you almost made me choke up.
You know me. I'm gonna cry. So
I see that you're I would like to know more about your background. I see you have an interesting background as well. Can you tell the people a little bit more about your background?
Yeah, sure. I was born in New York, but grew up in Jamaica until about 10 years old. I shared that I am a survivor of abuse. I'm passionate about helping others. I am formerly incarcerated, so I'm also passionate about re-entry and giving second chances and really loving on our communities and thinking about what's the root of what's happening for people. Right? I'm a Christian. I want to be there for my community. I want when people interact with me they're like, oh, this lady's super open-minded. She really did listen to me. That was an authentic connection. I can bring this back to my community, you know? And so...
And you come from a lived experience type of situation. So it is authentic, you know? So that's, go ahead. I don't know how you guys do that work because I'm so like oh my God, why? I think I'd be crying all the time. Won't be able to do my job.
I'm sure she does.
Yeah.
You know, but that's passion too, right? And that's love there. So that's amazing.
And people need to see that when they're going through those kind of things. See people that can relate to them and that know where they're coming from.
And can I add to that? I think relate to them and know where they're coming from, and also the fact that I am on the other side of abuse.
Yes. You are an actual survivor.
Exactly. And that there is so much hope for the things that we aspire and dream of. Like, I'm an executive director, right?
Did you ever think that while you were going through your life trials? Did you ever say like, I'm gonna be an executive director?
I'm gonna run a whole organization, right? But we can. And I hope that when people experience me, that they believe they can.
Absolutely. I think I'd love to hear you speak because it's a lot of emotion, a lot of passion in it. And it's important, again, to see somebody that looks like us. Even though you touched on the way that hospitals treat us Black and brown folks, that's something that we do have to start making a lot more noise about.
Definitely.
We do. Because people out here doing whatever they want to do with us, and we out here still fighting the good fight every day.
And if we don't advocate for ourselves or know to advocate for ourselves, then it can really be a terrible situation.
And that's what this event is about. It's about us making noise, right? We are saying we're not going to keep quiet while this abuse happens. You know, last year, 2023, we lost 19 people to domestic violence-related homicides.
Mercy.
And the year before, 25 people.
We were just talking about the man that killed the nice girl Maggie and then escaped to Kenya and then escaped again and then got recaught again. Like these things are happening to the people where we least expect it. Because I don't think her family even knew like that would have been the outcome of her situation. Somebody asked for more information about this. So Until We Dance Again is on Saturday, February 24th from 5 p.m. to 10:30. It's going to be at the Boston Convention and Exhibition Center in the Junior Ballroom. Where is that? Where's the convention?
The place big.
It's huge.
Is that the one? That's the one by the seaport?
Yes.
Yes. Father. That is big. Oh, that's good. That's big and good. There'll be dinner, show, vendor tables, coffee and dessert hour. Again, our own DJ Y-Sham will be providing the tunes for that event, and myself and Taylor Andre will be emceeing it. It is, if you want to get tickets, how do they get tickets?
Eventbrite. Until We Dance Again. .eventbrite.com.
And we've also posted it on our social medias. We will keep on doing that up until the 24th. So make sure that you guys, if you can't find them, they're tagged in our posts, especially under her post. You can swipe and see the flyers, all the different flyers, and you can read all the information. Go to their social media, go to their website, follow them, follow their Convention Center. Tickets are available until we meet again. .eventbrite.com. Give me that. Let me put it over here. Can I have that? Thank you. So they make sure. A showcase, so many things, dinner, show, and vendors. And then tickets are only $75.
And then an all-around good time. I was looking at the clips from last year's event, and I was like, oh,
we have a good time.
Why didn't you take me?
I'm gonna take you this time. I'm gonna take you this time. It was new. It was new to me. It was new. Oh no! You know what happened? It did super sold out. That last one.
We were sold out.
You were super sold out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It was one of them situations. But even thank you for how you treated us too, like your kindness and the hospitality. It was great. Met a lot of nice people. We are all best friends now. So I see you got some bags over there.
I got some bags because it's Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's Day to everyone listening. Love. It's a day about love.
It's a day about love. I love love.
Yes, love, friends, love,
What's in
family
them?
love. And so in Mass Women of Color Network culture, we spread love.
Yes.
So I have some gifts.
Spread love and not hate. We've got some gifties, and I'm excited about it. Tristan, look. Tristan, now you can be in love because you have Valentine's. Now you can't say that you ain't got no Valentine's. Thank you very much. See, if y'all come on to this show.
Got a Valentine's gift from a beautiful woman.
See, she is freshly fianced, by the way.
Well,
Congratulations.
married.
Oh, married, yes. Congratulations. Oh, see, this is good feminism. Notes from a woman that a movement for God. Hello. I'm about to read this today.
Good feminism.
Oh, this is so. Thank you, Kishana. This is really nice. Accessory pooch, good because I need this to go in my bag. I'm excited. A journal so I can write all of my thoughts.
Oh, and a nice candle. This is
great. Thank you.
That is okay.
Kishana, thank you so much.
Oh, these are
That's
dope.
fine. Oh, thank you. This is so dope. I'm excited. My first Valentine's of the day. I'm only waiting for one more.
I was gonna say, how many more you got?
I'm waiting for somebody to surprise me with my dog.
Your mother said happy Valentine's Day, y'all.
Oh, thank you,
So
Mama.
put in the comments.
I'm massaging. Thank you.
The muscles
I'm about to go to this right now. Right now. Thank you so much. We are going to go to a quick commercial break so we can fangirl out, and we'll be right back in a few moments. Kishana, thank you for Mass Women of Color Network, February 24th, this next Saturday. Make sure that you guys get your tickets. It's a really, really great time, and they got dinner. All right. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Let's start with the big question.
The all-new Spark FM.
Boston, get ready. Spark FM and Chevalier Theater brings to you reggae superstar Luciano last February 14th at Chevalier Theater, 31st Street, Medford, Mass. Performing hits like this.
It was a crowded night, a night like this when I laid upon my bed.
Performing all your favorite hits. Luciano live. With a special Bob Marley birthday trip, reggae superstar Luciano live. Enjoy a night of authentic reggae music. Doors open at 8 p.m. Get your tickets now at www.chevaliertheater.com. That's February 14th. Luciano live in the Chevalier Theater. That's 31st Street, Medford, Mass.
So that I be overcome after cruising my way.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Want to give your baby a head start? Get the best protection against flu and COVID-19. Because their immune system isn't fully developed at birth, babies need additional protection. When you get vaccinated while pregnant, it can keep you and your baby from getting sick. As they get older, this can result in more time in school and daycare for them, and more productive time at work for you. Vaccines are safe and effective for children as they grow. No matter where you are on your pregnancy journey, flu and COVID vaccines can boost your and your baby's natural defenses and protect your family. Stay up to date with your vaccines. Stay healthy. Talk with your trusted healthcare provider today. Brought to you by the Boston Public Health.
Finally Home is a must-read step-by-step guide that will equip any first-time homebuyer with the knowledge they need to confidently make informed decisions. This book provides answers in simple and clear terms to most, if not all, of the questions you may have about credit, home ownership, and generational wealth. Finally Home equips the reader with the confidence to be engaged with the home buying process without feeling vulnerable or exploited. Tailor-made Real Estate Easy is not just a catchy hashtag. It is real estate agent and radio personality Taylor Andre's goal. A goal to simplify one of the most challenging processes you will go through as an adult. A goal to educate you properly on credit and teach you the strategies to finding the home of your dream. It is not just a good book or an easy read. It is the secret to a seamless home buying experience.
The only thing that does matter is great music, and you will find it here.
The all-new Spark FM.
Oh, the all new Spark FM. We are back. That was Kishana with the Mass Woman of Color Network. Again, February 24th, Saturday, February 24th, we will be at the Mass Woman Color event Until We Dance Again at the Convention Center. So if you do not know, go get your tickets. Tickets are almost sold out, so make sure that you guys go get those ASAPatory. It is time for our national news. Miss Tony, hit me.
Okay, I'm just going to run through real quick in the interest of time because we've got, the
entertainment is
entertaining.
Yep.
Paramount Global lays off 800 employees after a record Super Bowl. What y'all do that for? A day after announcing record Super Bowl ratings, it laid off 800 people. Paramount Global announced Tuesday it is laying off about 800 employees.
They had no more money?
Or roughly 3% of the workforce, according to a person familiar with the matter. All the money you made on the Super Bowl, why you gotta lay off 800 people?
I thought they was getting a little bonus or something. You know, lay them
people
up.
work for them, they lay off 800.
Exactly.
This is crazy. Paramount Global, which owns CBS, said Monday that the network set record highs for Super Bowl viewership. Viewerfish. Backish warned of impending layoffs in an internal note sent in January. He said that at the time, Paramount Global must operate as a leaner company and spend less. Lean it, trim the fat, is what he was saying. Miami school clarifies permission for African American book event. We had talked about this last week, so they want to clarify now. They say, don't have the story.
What happened there?
What is that? What is that?
What?
What that?
This little thing here?
Yeah, that pops up.
Story, yeah.
I don't know.
Take it off. It's a virus.
It's virus.
It's viral.
Virus. So anyhow, there's some clarification onto that because we talked about last week how the parents had to sign permission slips for for the kids to.
I was very disappointed that you didn't have to sign a permission slip because Noah was definitely adamant about learning Black history.
Oh my gosh! Yesterday we had to do work yesterday. So this Miami grade school clarifies permission slip re African American book assembly. So Miami elementary school parent is outraged after a permission slip his daughter's school sent seeking his sign off on a book listening event featuring a Black author, something the school is now clarifying by blaming Florida state law. Chuck Walters, who has a kid at the Coral Way K-8 Bilingual Center, posted a photo of the school form referring to the school-related activity going down Tuesday, where a book would be read aloud to students. The document describes the nature and activity of the event. Students will participate and listen to a book written by an African American. It goes on to note the types of guests for this activity would include a fireman, a doctor, and an artist. If that language sounds problematic to you, Chuck definitely felt the same way. He wrote on X, "I had to give permission for this or else my child would not participate." He tagged the superintendent of Miami-Dade schools and included the hashtag Black History Month. We contacted the Miami-Dade County Public Schools, which oversees Coral Way, and they told us we realized the description of the event may have caused confusion, and we are working with our schools to re-emphasize the importance of clarity for parents in describing activities, events that would require parental permission.
It is wild to me, regardless of the description used, that you would need to get parental consent to teach American history in February.
Yeah, it's crazy. Now on the question of whether what did they say?
We have some audio time.
Let's hear him.
Please, thank you.
Around the request for parents to complete a form to participate in related activities, related events. And my concern is that it appears that that request has extended to instruction. It has been amplified as a discourse because it most recently had been requested as a part of Black History Month activities. I've had an opportunity to read at length State Board Rule 68-10.085 relative to field trips, extracurricular activities, and other supplemental programs and activities. My concern, although I understand the initial intent of the legislature and the State Board of Education, to the extent that that has been interpreted, codified in board policy, and most importantly, applied in practice in our schools with our students and in our classrooms with our teachers, I think it's incumbent upon us to have a discussion regarding it, to provide some lucidity and clarification regarding it, and to contemplate some clarifications in the field.
What'd he say?
He said a lot, baby.
What'd he say?
I mean, what did it say?
What'd he say?
I
don't
understood
know.
a little bit of what he was talking about.
I could understand the English. I could understand the words. I have comprehension. But when you put them together, what'd he say?
He said a lot of things that say, basically, it ain't my fault. That's what he said.
We need some clarity around the unclarification of what we supposed to be clarifying, because this also don't make no sense. But because I'm sitting on the school board, I must clarify what is clarity. But first of all, he should have said like Mike Knight said, this some bullshit. Yeah. Because this is what it is. Yeah. It is some bull. This is not Black history. This is American history.
And isn't there some? The Constitution wasn't for us, so it don't matter.
No,
scratch what I was
there was nothing there. Nothing in there for us, girl. If we go to the Constitution, no. There's nothing you can. What's his name? What the one? The Satan could sit there and do whatever he want to and say, oh no, can't say black, can't say gay, can't say Disney World, can't say puppies and glitter and ice cream. You can't say nothing that is happy. Yeah. You only got to be mean and racist and terrible. And I can't believe that the Florida school system don't have no union that can push back against whatever he's saying. Satan.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Wow. Yesterday, our kids had no school for rain, but New York City schools went online instead of calling a snow day, and apparently it did not go well.
Duh.
That's crazy. Well? I don't know. They said that it was Mayor Eric Adams said it's important to give children enrolled in the nation's largest school system stability, considering the massive upheaval to the education the pandemic had caused throughout the country. Some schools districts in other states have done the same since adopting the technology. Unfortunately for Adams, that plan didn't go so well. Many students, teachers, and administrators were unable to log into their accounts, a problem that city officials blamed on a technology contractor. That was yesterday. They should have just given the kids a day off. Stop all the foolishness.
Yeah, because I think it's hard for you to assume that parents who are also working can at that moment assist children in their school works and their schooling. And I think that's a lot for them to ask. If it's going to be a snow day, then we eating ice cream and cookies all day.
And making hot chocolate.
And they're going to watch the TV from the morning to the night. And they're going to do 2 pages of homework, and that's it. That's all I got.
Today is famously Ash Wednesday, as well as Valentine's Day. I saw a meme yesterday said, "All y'all women looking for a good Catholic man, the Lord will point them out on Wednesday. They will have the ashes on their forehead."
Oh, I remember the first time I saw this because I'm not Catholic.
Yeah.
It was at Partners when I was working there, and I was like, I wonder if these people know that they got all this dirt on their head.
Because they used to have somebody come in and do the service at school. So today is Ash Wednesday. If do your Ash thing and have fun. I don't know.
What's the significance of Ash Wednesday?
Because it's getting ready for Lent. Lent starts today.
Okay, so Ash Wednesday is a holy day of prayer and fasting in many Western Christian denominations. Mm-hmm. It is preceded by Shrove Tuesday and marks the first day of Lent.
Yes. And the ashes, I just learned this today. The ashes, where do the ashes come from? So typically, the ashes are from the palms used on Palm Sunday, which falls the week before Easter. But this ain't, so how you get them? Ashes, because Palm Sunday ain't until later. So why Ash Wednesday is today, before Palm Sunday?
I don't know, but it said, I know what they do it for.
Tell us what it do it for.
It says it's the distribution of ashes underscores human mortality, among other themes.
Amen.
It's
a day of Christian faith to confess their sins and profess their devotion to God leadership up to all the way in Easter.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference between this and Lent?
This starts Lent.
Today is the start of Lent.
When you get your ash on your forehead, then you have to cut out something.
That's
when you
That's
it's Catholic, right?
What?
Or Christian?
Lent is Christian. I think it's Christian. I think it's Christian and Catholic is what you just said. And I didn't know. I thought it was just a Catholic thing.
It's Christian.
It's Christian.
Ash Wednesday is a holy day of prayer and fasting in many Western Christian denominations.
Oh, it signals the start of Christianity's most penitent season.
Good. Amen.
That's right.
Do you guys participate in Lent and And if you do, what are you? I know that is a time where people not sacrifice. What is it? They fast from a certain something. It could be meat, it could be sex, it could be alcohol, it could be something for 40 days. The internet. Are you guys doing any form of fasting during this Lent season? If you are and you feel comfortable, please let us know what it is so that we can support you along your journey.
In Lent, the baptized are called to renew their baptism commitment. As others prepare to be baptized through the rite of Christian initiation of adults. A period of learning and discernment for individuals who have declared their desire to become Catholics.
Catholics? Yeah.
Christian and Catholic.
Christian and Catholic. All right. A man kills a rabid coyote with his bare hands while hiking in Rhode Island.
Is that me?
What?
And good for him.
I do that sometimes.
So that's crazy. I just thought that I would read that headline to you. I don't want to go into that. And then this is our WTF story for the day.
Tell me.
The GOP rep shockingly claims her white father was a slave.
Oh,
yes,
probably was.
White father. A Kentucky state representative has sparked outrage and ridicule after trying to rewrite.
Exactly.
The past during Black History Month by saying that her father, a white man born in the 1930s, was a slave. Representative Jennifer Decker attempted to redefine the meaning of American chattel slavery while claiming that diversity and equity programs are unnecessary because her father was able to rise up from his alleged humbled beginnings. On February 1st, Decker, a 60-year-old white woman, was invited to a meeting held by the Shelby chapter of the NAACP to discuss a state education bill she's sponsoring that would prohibit DEI initiatives. Under the bill, training and scholarships dedicated to diversity would all be defunded. In the process of her spiel to the NAACP, Decker, a Republican from 40 miles outside of Lexington, definitely incorporated a bit of revisionist history. My father was a slave, just to a white man, and he was white, Decker said when someone in the crowd asked about her family's role in the slave trade. According to the Courier Journal, Decker said her dad was born on a dirt farm nearly 70 years after American slavery was abolished. And that her paternal grandmother was the illegitimate child of a very prominent person who then was kind enough to allow them to work for him as slaves. Social media has had a field day once Decker's comments surface. Too many of our Republican legislators like to say outrageous, bigoted things for attention, then refuse to own it when called out on it, says someone from Kentucky. Jennifer Decker is a truly abhorrent and stupid person. A white slave in the mid-20th century. Talk about recreating history. Maybe this makes sense in the alternate supremacist reality that is Kentucky, but nowhere else. Jennifer Decker and her Republican friends lie about and distort everything else. Why not
So
this?
she was poor and then she got a job. Her father got a job with somebody. He was an employee and she's calling it slavery.
She's calling it slavery, yes.
Oh. This is. I want y'all to know that this is our leaders. These are the leaderships in the countries that her white father, after slavery, had become a slave to a white man who needed somebody that he asked for a job for, and the white man gave him a job, but he was a slave to the white man of the white man
because he was born impoverished and that his family worked as a farm hands on someone else's property. That essentially put him on the same level as an enslaved person.
Wait, say it again.
Yeah, she said it.
He said it. Yeah. Her father was born impoverished and that his family worked as a farm hands on someone else's property. That essentially put them on the same level as an enslaved person.
Therefore.
Yeah.
So they really believe that they was giving us jobs as slaves to go work in their farm?
Slavery was a choice.
So I came on. My child who was just born and ripped out of my hands and is raised in the dirt. I don't want to play the game. I don't want to play the game with y'all no more.
My father was a child and his family all worked there, she told the outlet Heaven, implying that heaven forbid her father had to do chores as a child. While dishing out her sob story, Decker acknowledged that her slave comment was probably an overstatement because her dad didn't experience the same abuse.
How do you overstate a slave comment? What? You said your dad was a slave. You said he was a slave because he got a job.
She overstated it.
She overstated it.
He didn't get the same abuse, and that he had never been kidnapped the way black people were. When Kentucky House Bill 9 was introduced in January, Decker claimed the diversity initiatives made secondary education divided, more expensive, and less tolerant. Neither Decker nor the NAACP is responding to requests for comments as of Tuesday. That is the WTF story of the day.
You're right. He was a slave. He was. I believe her.
I'm a slave too.
Me too.
I'm still a slave.
I'm a slave right now.
I'm gonna tell my boss today, I'm not working. Slavery ended in a long time ago.
Long time ago. And unless I'm a white man getting a white job, I cannot be a slave anymore.
Exactly.
That's great. That boy, I tell you.
And that's it. That's the national news. That's all I got for you.
And because of the interest of time, we're just gonna go right into the entertainment news. Russell Simmons, living in Bali, minding his business. Just trying to escape all of the other accusations that he has had, has now been accused once again of rape in the 90s. Yeah. When was the 90s?
In the 90s.
Disgraced music mogul Russell Simmons is at the center of a new lawsuit that alleged he raped a former Def Jam recording employee in his Manhattan apartment during the 1990s. The complaint, filed Tuesday in U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York, comes from an accuser identified in the suit only as Jane Doe, who said that she worked as a senior music executive at Def Jam. She alleged that she was sexually harassed, assaulted, sexually battered, and raped by Simmons during her time at the label. Ms. Doe's career in the music industry was disrupted and derailed by a devastating experience at the hands of Mr. Simmons. The lawsuit filed. A representative for Simmons shared his statement with the Times. I have never engaged in unconsensual sex. I would not, did not, and never will. The representative also said that Simmons has voluntarily taken numerous lie detector tests, all of which support his statement. The lawsuit reviewed by the Times described Doe as a former music video producer who began working for Def Jam in the mid-90s. When she was at the company, Doe expanded the label's presence on MTV, enlisted high-profile directors and creators for Def Jam projects, and produced award-winning videos, the lawsuit said. His rapacious attention.
Oh.
Is that a word? Rapacious.
It is now.
That's nice. In the Def Jam office, Simmons would allegedly visit Doe's office, sit on her desk, lean over her, and make sexually aggressive and suggestive and inappropriate comments. He also rubbed the front of his pants while in Doe's office. This happened repeatedly during the time period. The alleged rape occurred on an unspecified date when Doe visited Simmons' apartment to get his approval for a music video, the suit said. The complaint said Simmons made sexual advances on Doe, asking explicit questions about her undergarments and her sexual preferences. After Doe urged Simmons to shift his attention back to work, he allegedly brought her to a bedroom. Brought her to a bedroom to watch the rough cut of the music video. The complaint said it was a common practice for Simmons to carry out business matters from his bedroom. The suit said Simmons began jumping on the bed and requested that Doe have sex with him. She refused. All of a sudden, Mr. Simmons performed a wrestling move, climbing on top of Miss Doe and pinning her arms down to the bed. As Simmons allegedly repeated his request for sex, Doe told him to stop and get off her multiple times. The suit said he continued ignoring her refusal and proceeded to rape her. Then Simmons went to the nearby bathroom, leaving the door open to discuss business matters with Doe before dismissing her back to the office. Yes. So this is the alleged rape of the woman, and I hope that whatever happened gets rectified and that justice is served wherever it needs to be served. That is terrible. Beyonce, okay, radio station not snubbing her. So Beyonce, we talked about this a little bit on Monday after the Super Bowl. Beyonce released two new songs. And I guess somebody somewhere called their local country music station to request the song so that they can hear it. And they got a response back from the music station or the radio station saying that they do not play Beyonce at that radio station because they are a country music station.
Oh, wow.
So he posted the letter online. You know, it got all crazy. He did come back and say that, you know, it's a country music station, so they never played Beyonce. But now that she has country music, they are very big supporters and fans of Beyonce, so they will start to play it. And there was a big controversy because they thought that they were trying to snub Beyonce because she was a black country music singer.
Wow.
And this is a small town in Oklahoma. Those people don't want no trouble.
Yeah,
you know,
they don't have Beyonce in their Serato.
Yeah, they didn't put it there.
They
didn't even. They probably didn't even watch, you know, those awards to know that. You give them some time. You know, maybe they are racist. They could be. I don't know. But however, they're not anymore because I bet you they're gonna play Beyonce in full rotation now, so y'all can't say nothing to them. Y'all better leave them radio stations alone, okay?
Leave them
alone. Don't bother us. I mean them. Jennifer Lopez reveals Ayo Edebiri's tearful apology for her past comments. What happened here? I don't know. Shortly after
that was a thing though. I didn't read it, but it was definitely something that came out.
Ayo is a little baby from here, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So shortly after, it was announced that Ayo Edebiri would host Saturday Night Live with Jennifer Lopez as a music guest. Comments that Ayo made about the singer years earlier on a podcast resurfaced, but according to Jennifer, it is all under the bridge. She was mortified and very sweet, the 54-year-old told Verity magazine. She came to my dressing room and apologized with tears in her eyes, saying how terrible it was that she had said those things. What'd she say? She asked, she felt really bad and loved my performance because we had just done my sound check and she actually got to hear me perform. She was just like, I'm so effing sorry. It was so awful of me. The comments in question were made back in 2020 when Ayo was a guest on Lacey Mosley's Scam Goddess podcast. I appreciate a good scam, she said at the time. Today I was actually thinking about one of my favorite scams of all time because J-Lo was performing at the Super Bowl halftime. But instead of ignoring the comments, the comedy show even chose to make light of the moment in one of its sketches during the show. In the scene, Ayo played a character on a game show that had to grapple with the past comments on social media. I don't think that I mean, shoot, you gotta watch what you say these days on the podcast, because somebody will find it, boy. I tell you.
And
but that was her.
You get a little notoriety, they're gonna dig up some mess on you.
But I feel like that was her opinion at the time, and I believe that many people have that opinion of J-Lo, that she's not the greatest singer. She's a hell of a performer, and she's a decent actor. But I love me some J-Lo from the block. But I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, she the best and she the best and she the best, just in case I meet her.
Yeah,
I think some honesty is appreciated.
Yeah,
she did good at the Super Bowl.
Yeah. So I mean, whatever. And then the Breakfast Club, Jess Hilarious is announced her pregnancy. She has a new boyfriend and she is pregnant. She's in her prime, huh?
Wow.
She's doing all kind of things right now. She's good for them.
Sorry, I just remembered. Big happy birthday shout out to LaWanda. Yesterday was her birthday.
Yes.
LaWanda is one of our very, very supportive listeners. Happy birthday, LaWanda. Happy belated birthday, LaWanda.
Happy
Drop a
belated
bomb for
birthday.
LaWanda.
Yes, drop a bomb for LaWanda. Happy birthday to ya. Also, big shout out to our cousin Jenny. She is a Valentine's Day baby.
Yeah.
So she is having a birthday as well today. Last but not least, G Hobo shares details about infamous Funny Marco interview, and we don't really care about that. G Hobo. G Herbo is the one that is dating the one who has a round face.
Yeah, that's when they was over there beating
Kylie
up Funny
sister.
Marco.
Yeah, and stepped on his watch. Yeah, and stuff like that.
He stepped on his watch.
I don't know, I don't think that you should. I just feel like when you should go to somebody's place of interviewership, you should just have some respect, even if they're weird. Just you know what you're going into, and this is why I encourage people before you contact someone or before you accept an invitation to be interviewed or do an interview or you want to interview. Why don't you go listen to the people programming and see what they're like, so you don't go if they're all confused and crazy. Because y'all got to do your due diligence too.
But also shout out to Funny Marco. He just flexed on him. He just bought himself his $4 million house.
Oh, that's dope.
Good for him.
Good for Funny Marco.
Is
I'm
he that
with
funny?
He does that, weird kind of. He does that weird kind of interview comedy, things like this. He's got big eyes and weird
expressive face
demeanor. But good for him. That's a nice house. That's nice. He got a girlfriend. Anyhow, Monique is Moniquing, and give him a mention. Monique was doing. She was doing good for a second because she was just.
This is what I told you.
I know, Tristan. I know. I know. And unfortunately, I'm sorry. I'm taking accountability all 2024 because I just wanted Monique to be better. I just wanted her to just be better, and
all the black
drama.
comedians in the uproar right now. Everybody.
Yeah, it's just drama after drama. Monique and Daddy been making their rounds around the internet,
her son
and
came
now her
out.
son. Yo Mama said Monique and Sydney Hicks addressed her son Shalon's recent comments. Monique's son has gone on to the internet, and he said his mama don't love him and his mama don't care about him and all the things.
Daddy kids.
And now her and Daddy is on back and forth with their son on the internet and taking us out of the family group chat. And now we all invited to it.
I can't get past that.
There are some people that are saying, oh, you should be ashamed of your mothering skills. You should be ashamed of yourself. This is what I say. Let's let it play out, because the same ones that were saying, oh, I was crazy, I was deranged, we watched it play out. So just like with my son, we're going to watch this play out, Monique said. And yes, I guess we have to watch it play out, huh? We got to watch it. We are being forced to watch the family drama play out. Nobody don't want to take care of their in-house business inside the house. Everybody want to go to the front porch and turn the camera on.
In public?
It's Daddy.
In public?
I mean, that's in everything. Daddy sits right next to her and everything. And
That's our shadow.
Y'all, I'm tired. I'm tired of the foolishness. I want everybody to release us from the grips of their privacy.
Call you Daddy in public.
You sure?
Not in public.
He raised her. He raised
Send
her into a woman.
Radio show.
You don't want to be. You just said you wanted to be led, but you don't want to be raised by Daddy.
No, my daddy already raised me.
And you got to have daddy issues in order to be raised by somebody else's daddy, because I got one of those. Anyhow, that's the news. I'm sorry, Bobby Steels. This is what you got to walk into, but Bobby Steels is up next. Catch him on the Bobby Steels Show from 11 to 1. Make sure you tune in. He is here. And he's got a Valentine's Day tribute, interview, and all of that. It's catered to love. Yes. I love love. With that said, people, we are going to slide on over to the side. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow, Thursday morning. Bye. Keep it locked right here. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
What is this, Doctor?
This is
Well, Spark of New England, Spark FM.
Bringing the heat back to the airwaves.